Look, here's the reality of your 9 to 5 job that most people aren't talking about right now. And it's because, again, they might be trying to sell you a course that they need you to have the belief that your 9 to 5 is garbage and you need to buy their course. The reality that they don't understand is you don't need that, right? Am I selling something? Yes, of course, right? I am selling something to people who have 9 to 5s because I believe that when you're in that 9 to 5 setting, you can start to learn skills to then be able to, get out of the 9 to 5, graduate out of the 9 to 5. Here's the truth again about the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 is a launch pad for you. The 9 to 5 is not necessarily a negative thing. It's not necessarily something that you should demonize as much in your life because one, it's gonna bring unwanted stress in your life. You don't realize that most of these guys who are demonizing 9 to 5 started off in a 9 to 5. All of them started off in a 9 to 5. You being in a 9 to 5 right now doesn't mean that you're less of a person than them. It doesn't mean that you're a slave or you're in the matrix or anything like that. You have to be a part of something to then break out so that you have the foundational skills and you have the foundational money to then be able to branch out, right? Too many of you, like I get a lot of people who book calls with me to learn how to build their YouTube channel. By the way, that's a long game, right? I'm teaching you how to play the long game. You're not going to magically make $10,000 a month on YouTube on month one. That doesn't work, right? In anything, e-commerce, whatever things that people are trying to teach you that they've hopefully done before, you're not going to get those results right away. So it doesn't make sense if you're unemployed and you have no money and you need money to then assume that a 9 to 5 is bad. Go get the 9 to 5. Go find a 9 to 5 job that's going to pay you to learn other things, that's going to self fund you to be able to go do other things. This is what most people are not talking about. Again, I will say this, I am here. I have a YouTube coaching program for people, right? Links in the description if you're interested in building your YouTube channel. But I'm always going to tell you to stay in that 9 to 5 until you've mastered it, until it's matched your income, if not exceeded your income, to then be able to do that full time. Or else you're going to be under a lot of stress. And most people cannot handle the amount of stress that it takes going solo with no money coming in, right? I'll give you a quick story about my life. So I started off in the 9 to 5 right when I graduated college. I went to Babson College, which now is the top 3 universities or colleges in the entire United States, right? You can look this up. Graduated from there. I was an entrepreneur while I was there, but I realized the importance of going into the corporate world, going into a 9 to 5 and learning the skills, the soft skills, how to speak to people, understanding human nature, understanding the hierarchies of life within the 9 to 5. I understood the benefits of that, right? And I learned a ton during that time. I learned a lot about sales. I learned a lot about lead generation, and I was getting paid to do it, right? That's what a lot of you don't understand. The 9 to 5 that you hate is actually the launch pad to you doing the thing that you love. One, because you learn foundational skills to actually do that job, right? Two, you also are able to have the money to invest in things that are going to teach you how to actually be on your own. Too many of you are trying to go out there and trying to, you know, try this thing, try this thing, try this thing. I've been there, by the way, not knowing that the fundamental skills are lacking. Your skills of communication are lacking, right? This is one big thing that I teach in Conquer YouTube is communication. I want you to become the top 1% communicator to dominate the personal branding space, to dominate social media, to dominate relationships, to dominate life, right? I believe that. And the only way you're going to learn that specifically is by being around people, is by using your voice to persuade people, is by actually interviewing in jobs and figuring out how do I persuade this person to hire me, right? You have to understand that. Too many of you are falling into this laptop lifestyle, right? Without understanding that before the laptop lifestyle, right? Which a lot of it is false, by the way. A lot of people are not living the laptop money dream. A lot of people are just posing as that just so they can sell you something so that they can show that they're living the laptop dream, right? The reality is you don't necessarily need to start doing that. You shouldn't start doing that because you're going to get frustrated. The information that you're going to learn from all of these courses are not going to be able to be internalized and then taken action upon because you don't have the fundamentals down. You don't understand the internet. You don't understand marketing. You don't understand sales. You don't even understand how to hold a conversation with people. So how are you going to take the skills that they're teaching you on psychology, sales, marketing, which is pretty much what all of these courses do, which is what my program does, what I do with the people that work with me. That's all it is. And so a lot of people will call me and say, Martel, I want to work with you, but I have no money, which kind of irritates me because I'm like, bro, if you didn't have any money, why are you looking for other resources? Because everyone's looking to escape. Everyone's looking for something that seems like the easy, fun way out. But you have to go through the journey of the 9 to 5, the journey of doing the job maybe at the gas station that you don't like, to then be able to then afford to invest in something that will give you new knowledge, right? You're not, again, what a lot of these people think courses are nonsense. Courses are scams. They're not, right? The only reason they feel like a scam to you is because you don't know how to apply it. You have no idea. You have this information that can help you shed years of frustration, right? Because the person hopefully has gone through the journey. You're going to learn these things, but you're not going to know how to apply it, right? So you have to be able to build the foundations to then be able to use these courses to be able to propel you to where you want to go. I had to learn that when I went and worked a sales job, a software sales job. I started in business development. I was literally just, generating leads. I literally learned how to generate leads without any inbound, which means nobody was coming to me. I was going to people and basically getting them to book an appointment for the software company that I was working for them to work these multi-million-dollar deals. And I was getting a percentage for that. And they were paying me a base salary, right? So that's the thing. Whenever you're at the 9 to 5 job, it's self-funding. It's literally like an investor for you. It's an investor of your growth, of your journey. So don't demonize it, use it, right? And if you don't have a 9 to 5 job and you're at zero right now, don't go try to go buy something or try to go get something for free to then help you magically escape your situation. Your situation is how it is. It's a competency skill issue, right? You don't have the competency to be able to achieve the goals that you want. So you need to humble yourself a little bit. I don't even like the word humble, but it's true. You need to ground yourself a little bit. That's a better word. And go through the fire of working for somebody else. And I'm not demonizing working for somebody else, because a lot of you need to work for other people to buy you time to get the skills to then be able to work for yourself. And what you're going to realize is when you do start a business, which everyone's telling you to start a business now, you're actually working for the people who you're servicing. That's a fact, right? Even if you're selling a product, even if you're in e-commerce, you're still working for the people who buy the product, because you still have to have customer support. You still have to make sure that they're happy with the product. You still have to make sure they know how to use the product. You have to be there when they call you and things have issues. Same with services. You're always going to work for somebody, right? But at least work for somebody that you want to work for, right? Not that you feel like you need to. Right now, you might feel like, man, I'm at this 9 to 5 job and I don't want to be here because everybody told me that I'm in the matrix and I'm going to fail and I'm just a peon. And Martel keeps talking about this YouTube thing. I want to do it, but I'm stuck in the, use the 9 to 5. Learn everything that you can. You know the brilliance of working a 9 to 5? You start to understand how business works. See, when I was working at my 9 to 5, I extensively tried to understand why marketing existed. Why was the marketing department there, right? How did lead generation lead to higher revenue in the company? Because I didn't know what lead generation was at the time, right? And then why? Like, why is there an operations team? What does operations do, right? Oh, operations make sure that the infrastructure of the business is sustainable, right? Okay, cool. I understand that. Why is there a CEO? What does the CEO even do? It seems like the CEO does nothing. Oh, she makes very important decisions that impact the company. Decisions that I could never make as an employee, right? That the other manager could not make, because these are high stakes decisions. That's why they get paid so much. I start to understand the unfoldings of a business, right? And that's another tip for you guys. When you're in this 9 to 5, you need to stop looking at it as a means to an end and more so a playground for you to learn. Understand why that business exists. Start to learn the principles of business through the job that you have, even if you're working at a gas station. You want to know the questions you want to ask? How are they making money? Like, how does this work? Start asking people around. How does the gas station make money? Start doing research on how gas stations make money. Start doing research on how the gas station stays afloat, how the gas station operates, right? If you're working at a mall or something, right? And you may be working for a store, understand how that store works. Why are people even buying the products? What's making this product so appealing that people want to buy? How is this store even profitable? Right? How are they able to pay me anything? That's when you start to unlock what you need to then be able to take these coachings that you invest in, take these courses that you invest in, put it all together and create your own thing. Until then, the 9 to 5 is the greatest thing in the world. It's a paid experience. You're literally getting paid to get experience points. I don't know anything better than that, right? Now, for me, after my 9 to 5, I did something completely the opposite, right? I went and tried to start a tech company, right? And I was able to successfully, get people to actually invest in the company, get investors, which most people can't, right? Because of my communication skills, because I know how to actually persuade people. I know how to tell stories. I know, as you can see, as you're listening to me right now, you're engaged. That's how I was able to do it. I learned communication was number one. Even at the job I was in, my communication kept me in that job. My communication with my manager, my communication with VPs. I went and made friends with the VPs. There are VPs that I had there that I still talk to this day. So this 9 to 5 job that you have, if you're working corporate, you can build relationships there that will last a lifetime, that will help you in life. And those people might even want to start working for you once you get big enough. But you have to start thinking outside of the box and stop demonizing the 9 to 5, because that's what these people want you to believe. They're using your emotions, right, to try to sell you something. I've done that before. Honestly, I've used people's emotions to help them buy something that's going to help them propel. But here's where the ethics come into play, right? I've also turned a lot of people down who I knew were not ready for the program, who I knew were trying to get rich fast, who I knew thought that this was going to be their saving grace, because it's not. It's just a stepping stone. Any coaching program you have is not going to free you. You're going to free yourself. You're going to use the information that you get to free yourself, right? And that's the ethics behind selling info products, courses, coaching. All of this stuff is here to help you when you're in a position to even be helped. See, if I was in the position where I don't have a 9 to 5 job, right? I don't have any money coming in, but I have rent due in a few days. I'm not going to go buy a course and magically think that that course is going to make me $10,000 a month. That's what these people make you believe, right? But the reality is that you have to be able to get employed before you can become unemployed successfully. A successful unemployed person, an unemployed entrepreneur. You need to be able to do that. And once you do learn the skill, you should stay in the 9 to 5 job as you're developing the skill, because again, I'm going to give you the brutal reality. A lot of this stuff is not easy. A lot of the stuff that you see, what I did on YouTube is not easy, right? It's not. There was a lot of learning lessons. There were a lot of failures, right? There were a lot of things that I didn't know that I know now. It was a journey. And you have to be willing to go through that journey. And the journey will be a lot sweeter because you have someone that's done it before that gives you the information that you need and guides you in the right direction. But to quit your 9 to 5 just to find a new opportunity is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Milk the 9 to 5. Milk it. I milked my 9 to 5. I stayed in there. Even when I had the tech company going, I stayed. I quit because I was like, you know what? I want to go all in on this. I have $40,000 saved. I saved money to go all in on the thing, right? The thing wasn't generating any money, but I had some money to stay afloat and learn and grow and build, right? So that's what you have to understand. And the other cool part about the 9 to 5, a lot of you don't have skills. So you want to get on YouTube and you want to make money, but you have no skill set, right? You have to understand that the 9 to 5 that you're working in, whatever role that you're working in, is the skill set that you know, that you've been successful at. So you need to be able to utilize that skill set and teach other people that skill set in different parallels of their journey, right? So you have to use the skill set that you have in the 9 to 5. That's why a lot of these 17-year-olds that are pushing this make money fast online internet money, a lot of them are failing because they never had skills to begin with. So they're pushing this narrative of get out of the 9 to 5, get out of the rat race, but you were never in the rat race to even get the skills to get out of the rat race. You never even got the job. You were in your mom's basement, you made no money, and you somehow built an audience, and now you are the Alex Hormozy of internet entrepreneurship. Those are the people that are trying to make you listen to them. And they're trying to make you feel bad because they might have come up on $1,000. Yes, you can have $2,000, went to Dubai, took a year's worth of photos and videos to then promote to you that they're actually the people who are making the money in Dubai and they're living this lavish lifestyle, when in reality they live in their mom's basement after they live in Dubai for like 2-3 days, and they may have rented a car for like 2, 3, 400. You can rent a luxury car there for like $600 a day. They did all that, so they made you believe that they're like this coming to earth messiah for you, when in reality it's not the case. So I just want to give you the truth that your 9-to-5 job is helping you way more than the people who are pushing you on getting online and breaking free from your 9-to-5. I push that narrative because I believe it's true and I did it the right way. I want you to do it the right way. So anybody who has a 9-to-5 who wants to learn how to be a top 1% communicator, who wants to get on YouTube and actually create content and build a personal brand for themselves and be able to leverage the internet to make more money than what they're already making, tap in with me. Links in the description. Sign up to the group coaching and then go into that one-on-one onboarding call with me and we'll break everything down for you. But the people who don't have jobs yet, who are afraid of going to a 9-to-5 because it's been demonized, bruh, go get the 9-to-5. Just go get it. Go get the 9-to-5 and learn, and then increase your learning by then learning online as well, learning SEO, learning digital marketing, learning sales. Go do that. And preferably, if you don't have a job right now, go get a sales job. It's the easiest job to get, period, point blank. Go get a sales job anywhere and learn how to talk to people and learn how money actually gets transacted through words, through emotions, through communication. That's how money gets transacted, through communication, period, point blank. Nobody can tell me that I'm wrong on that. I believe communication is what most people are lacking, which is why you can't break out on YouTube, because you don't know how to communicate. You've never communicated before, which is why you can't get the job that you want, because you don't know how to communicate your value. You don't understand psychology. All right. So I hope this was a wake up call for y'all. This was almost an 18-minute video. But again, learn this, share this with a friend who demonizes 9-to-5s all the time, even though you need the 9-to-5 as a launch pad to get you to where you want to be. It's what's going to give you the money to invest in mentorship and coaching and all of this. You might be, I hate when people say this. They're like, well, how are you teaching people this thing and you're asking for this amount of money? Because I want to help people who already have the money to invest and learn something new. I don't want to work with people who have no money at all to invest in themselves, because it shows me there's a lack of competency, right? I don't want to work with people who don't have competency. And it's not a bad thing if you have no competency. It's just a signal that you need to go learn some skills to make a little bit of money. Start to make like $3,000-$4,000 a month, right? Getting a 9-to-5 job. Then reinvest some of that money into coaching and whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be a fitness coach and you want to learn how to be a fitness coach, go find a fitness business coach. If you want to learn e-commerce, go find someone who's done e-commerce and buy their course or be in their mentorship program. That's when you can start experimenting. The people who've been the most successful that I've worked with are the people who had jobs, who wanted to learn something new, had the patience because they still have the job, right? They're not in scramble mode. They're not in struggle mode. They have the job. They're learning something new. They're enjoying the process. Those are the people who are the most successful. So be one of those people. All right. Again, share this with a friend. Conquer the world, conquer your life, conquer yourself, conquer your wealth, conquer everything, bro. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to everybody around you. You owe it to your family. All right. I appreciate you, and I'm going to catch you on the next video.